Welcome back.
Welcome back. And look, I told you we were going to have a zebra on with us today. I thought maybe there might be some more because usually they work in a pack.
We try.
And we got the head zebra. Look, he's got his white hat. Put that on for a minute.
Doug, I bet you get tired of people calling you a zebra, right?
We get that a little bit, not too much, but you know, it's something that I think is tough. It's a tough job to do.
Oh boy, is it? You're not very popular with a lot of people.
Not normally.
You know what is, and maybe I guess we just cut to the chase or whatever. It's really like half of the side of the stadium or the you know, the auditorium is working you for a call, and the other half is working you for a call, and they're always working you for a call.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
You can't make everybody happy.
No, unfortunately not. But why we're there is obviously our job is to just make sure that the game's played fairly, the integrity of the game's there. We do the best that we can possibly do to make a fair situation for the kids. Most of all, that's why we're all there. Work with coaches, communicate with coaches, help them understand what we're trying to do. Let them know that we're not there to be against them. We're trying to work with them. Just make the game fair.
Sure.
They're just defensive naturally. You know, when I call them a zebra, I like zebras. Even the officials. So, because like you said, you know, the officials, they're there to keep the game on, and it's kind of funny about officials. If you watch a lot, sometimes look like they let them play. Some other times look like they're in it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's you're always wondering about the officials, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Doug, let me ask you a question. What is the hardest call to make? Because you know there's so many different rules.
Yeah.
Now is some of the new rules that the pros are using, does it trickle down to college level and to the youth?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously the one that we see all the time on television is the head contact rule.
Right.
We hear it a lot on the field. That's head to head, or that's helmet to helmet, and actually they're kind of driving that down to even the high school level, especially the youth level, to stop the concussion issue. Right. They're making sure that the officials are looking for illegal helmet contact, not necessarily their heads colliding, because it is a physical game. So their helmets are going to make contact, but they're making sure that kids aren't using their helmets as a weapon. That's what they really want to get rid of. So we look out for that. That's obviously a concern of ours too. Our high school association, we have our guys take concussion courses to help kind of avoid that situation, so we can look for symptoms on the field and help make sure that we're keeping the kids safe.
Right.
Okay. Let me say, you official in the Sac-Joaquin section.
Right. Yes.
It's a big section.
Yes.
I've gone to basketball games all the way to the end of 5 where it turns, right? And then a few miles.
Yeah.
So it's a big place. Now, do you official both things, basketball? And,
I do.
Football?
Yeah, I do. I actually work both sports. I don't do baseball. Okay. I do both sports, and actually the high school group right now, what we're trying to do, our mission is, we're trying to recruit new officials, get them on board. We have a need to fill some spots. We had some changes last year. Some guys are moving on. Some guys are works come up, or different things have changed. Our group is the NCOA. We're in the south section of the Sac-Joaquin area, and there's about 170 of us now, roughly.
Wow, that's quite a few.
There's quite a few. We do cover about 80 to 90 schools, and we're all the way from up in Jackson, Lodi, down to Tracy, Los Banos, up to Mariposa. And so we have a really big area, basically the whole 209 area. We're actually looking for officials. Rick Faria is a contact for that. His information is actually on the screen now. You can reach him on his email there, or you can reach him by phone or text at 209-765-3940. And you can go to our website too at ncoafbsouth.org and look up kind of what we do there, what our mission statement is. We're here basically to recruit, train, certify guys.
How does someone qualify?
All they need to do basically is get in touch with Rick. We'll get him in the program. I'm actually working with Rick in training new officials, getting them in a program, kind of teaching them what we do, the philosophy behind what we do, teach them some rules, some mechanics. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what you look like, what kind of shape you're in. We'll get you there. We'll train you.
New job.
There you go. Absolutely.
You don't have to run up and down the field anymore?
They do. Yeah. They run quite a bit. I mean, physical fitness is something that every person, if they're gonna do this, should think about, because you do have to move around quite a bit. but it's also great exercise.
Sure.
You get paid, right, as a bonus. So there's an opportunity to make some extra cash.
You're getting the game free.
You get in the game for free every time.
You have a great view.
Absolutely.
Get yelled at all the time.
You cannot, you get yelled at all the time. That's part of it, but you can't get any closer to the game than being on the field unless you're going to play.
It's exciting.
It's a
It
blast.
is exciting.
It's a
Because
blast.
I know just watching for years and years and years, my granddaughter, my grandson play baseball, softball. And, of course, the umpires and referee are called blue. So, you hear everybody yelling blue.
Right.
The
Absolutely.
whole thing.
Yeah.
But with this is really, I think this is more exciting. I mean, it's just great.
And
it's
one of the
action
things,
constantly.
I think they check your eyes before you.
Yes, you have to have 20/20 vision, right?
Yeah, that's what they tell us. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way.
So, Doug, how long have you been doing this?
This is going to be year 8 for me
Wow.
in the high school association. It'll be my second year as a referee. We work in a crew system, so the way that it works for us is I have guys that work with me every week. There's 5 of us, so 4 guys will go with me, and we'll go with a group of 5. And it's the same for all the other crews. And we're trying to get our numbers up high enough to where we can keep those groups intact, and they just travel from location to location throughout the section.
Together.
They work together
Right.
to try to keep
Great.
things consistent and
Right, that's what I
unified.
found. You
Yeah.
see the same officials.
Now, come to find out, Doug knows a friend of my hubby's, Dave Catalia, he's great.
He is a good
and he's
guy.
been doing it for years and years and years. So I want you to give Dave John's best
All right.
and my love, and tell
Will
him,
do.
because I was a reserve police officer when John and Dave were police officers.
Okay.
So that's how I met him. Great guy.
Okay, let's talk about the yellow hanky.
Let's
there
talk
you
about
go,
that.
the old hanky.
So that is actually something that people think that we like to throw the most, and I can tell you that's the thing we least like to do. We
Sure.
don't like to throw penalty
I know
flags.
the officials don't really like to get in the game.
We don't.
And is this what you threw?
That's a
down there?
beanbag. That's used for us to mark fumble situations, or it's actually for to give us a reference for enforcement spots if we need
okay.
it on a fumble play.
Okay.
That's what that's used for. This is a down indicator. It helps us keep track of downs on the field so we don't lose what down it is.
Okay.
We can continue to communicate with each other on the crew. Obviously, a whistle.
Okay, how does that work?
So you put it on here, and then you just switch it from finger to
from
finger as
here,
you.
first down,
Yeah.
second down, third down. Okay,
That's
cool.
it.
Cool.
Not a big
Yeah.
deal.
First, second, third punt.
That's it. That's it.
Just about.
Yeah.
How do you think the football season's going to look? Did you listen to the draft last night?
I listened to it a little bit.
I missed a lot
It's kind
of
of busy, a little busy last night, but I saw some of it. I didn't get to see it all though.
You know, Doug, we didn't say girls can participate in this as well. as
Absolutely,
females, right?
yeah. It does not matter. Like I said,
Ladies.
race, age, gender doesn't matter. We're looking for anybody that wants to
I don't
come
think
help.
you need an old Italian broad like myself.
Come on, you might as well. Let's
Hey,
go.
what do you think you're doing over there?
Let's do it.
I yell at him. We got to go take a break, Dad.
So soon?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, stick around. We'll be right back after this.